Aloha, it's Kellie Hosaka. Today I wanted to talk about the value of mentors or teachers in your life. I tell you that to me this is the ultimate secret, because when I started my home-based business career, I immediately had a mentor or somebody more successful than me to hang on to and to ask questions. Immediately though, I got really held and helped, I should say, by a very successful person in our company, and I am forever grateful to him. As I started to do what he said, and I really started to absorb their mindset, because successful people think very differently. You know, my values were still an employee at the time. In fact, I was still working full-time, so I really didn't understand a lot, and like I said, everything was on the phone. So I had very little time to understand. Fortunately, I was coachable, and that's one thing you want to ask yourself. You know, I was ready. I was so ready to learn something different, and that really helped me a lot. I was quite naive in that I didn't ask all the questions most people ask today. I just said, teach me, and basically I'll do whatever you say. And because it was so expensive to talk back then, we just did it, and I just followed instructions. So I know that was quite naive, but in 1995, you know, it worked, because I wanted my son, you know, I just wanted so much to spend time with my son. So I ask you, if you're looking to be really successful, or if you want to make money in your own business, whether it be, you know, on the internet, or you know, you're any kind of entrepreneur actually, my first question for you would be, who's your mentor or who's your mentors? And it's okay, by the way, there's so much information on the internet, and we all have personal development coaches and speakers, and we might not even know them personally, but we definitely, you know, have them in our mastermind group, so to speak. And that's great too. And that's something I'll talk about later. But I personally feel that just because we're all human, and you know, it's tough sometimes, and I personally have felt that you need, or I needed, a real mentor, a mentor that I could call, a mentor that I could count on, you know, a real human being that would be there for me, that really, you know, loved me and was there for me unconditionally, and somehow saw more me than I could see for myself. And we've been really fortunate, because we have so many mentors today, but very special ones along the way. And I've changed mentors too, because, you know, you grow. But I have so many wonderful friends, and I can just tell you that that alone has changed our life. Because, you know, as John Milton Fogg said, you don't know what you don't know. And I finally got that, you know, you don't know what you don't know. And if you don't even have a clue, you can't ever figure it out. So fortunately for me, I realized that I had done that from the beginning. I had grabbed on physically always to at least one mentor, if not more. And I realized today how much that quote-unquote saved me, and caught me on times that, oh, I was feeling very down and didn't think that I was cut out to be an entrepreneur, because it was just too difficult, and I was too shy, or I was too fat, or I was too, you know, all kinds of challenges that I've had with self-esteem. So thank goodness for my mentors in my life. And that's my number one tip always, is who's your mentors? Who do you call when you're down? You know, who do you talk to lift you up? And if the answer to that question is not somebody that would lift you up, then you might want to question that, okay? And sometimes it's hard, because when you have a real mentor that is way ahead of you, they won't hear your complaining. They'll fix it. You know, they'll switch your perspective. Like all of a sudden, you could see this way when you were only looking that way. And in one instant, you'll see something else. And that's the value of having mentors and people that have gone before you. You know, they've gone before you and they have walked the path so that you don't have to make the same mistakes. I see people all the time trying it on their own, or they have to figure it out. And if you have to figure it out, you're going to struggle, because quantum physics says, not to get all scientific on you, but you know, I've studied that stuff because I had to know it at the time. Oh my gosh, you don't want to go down that road. Just read my post, okay? But literally, we can see so little and hear, and you know, what we see, your world, is a speck compared to what really exists, and that's why you'll struggle. So know that if you would grab on to a mentor or mentors who are where you want to be, and then just do what they tell you to do and think, you know, open your mind to think like they tell you to think, and your whole world changes instantly. So anyway, I just wanted to impart that on you. For me, it's my #1 secret, because once you do that, you'll be okay. It doesn't mean that it won't be tough sometimes, because it will, because you can't see it, but they can, and they've been there. So take care. Thank you so much for listening. Aloha.